I'm going to do a quick chain piecing tutorial in this video, and I'm going to do it using the Cluck Cluck Sew 1/4 inch seam tape. You can mark all of your fabrics, so you can mark all of your snowball corners with a marked line and still chain piece that way. You can use something like the seam tape, or you could use any tape really and use the edge of that tape as your guide. So in this case though, I will be using the red line as my guide. So I'm going to line up the red line on my needle. So the red line and my needle will be aligned. So tape this on. And then I can quickly just use the tape as a guide instead of having to mark all of my fabrics. Okay, so I'm starting with the bottom corners of my heart block, and I'm going to chain piece all of the snowball corners. And since all of these blocks are the same, I can just go ahead and chain piece all of them and then sort them into blocks later. But don't forget to put aside a few of these for your filler pieces. So chain piecing is when you continuously sew fabrics or sew pieces without breaking the thread. So I'll start with my first one. And then I leave it. I don't break the thread, I don't do anything, and I just grab the next one. And I keep going. So now I have two pieces here, and I'll just go ahead and grab the next one. And again, I'm not breaking any thread. And this just saves a lot of time and a lot of thread. And then I would just go ahead and go through this entire stack without breaking any thread or anything. Once you learn what chain piecing is, you can start to figure out how to add it into pretty much any quilt that you make. And then you'll eventually just end up with a big pile of pieces at the end. And then you can break your thread and start cutting them apart. So you can use scissors. I have this little cutting tool, or you can even use the cutter on your sewing machine. If you have a thread cutter on your sewing machine, this actually works really well for cutting apart these pieces. There are times where you'll want to keep these in order. In this case, it won't matter because these are all kind of a mix and match block. And so there we just did a lot of these at one time, a lot faster, and saved me a lot of thread by doing it that way.